Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a long time, and today I'm back with another tutorial for Python. So today I'm completing an assignment which is asked in several times in competitive exams for IT industries, like for for multinational companies have asked this question or given an assignment for interviews. Okay, so what is the question is that you have a list of items and you have a given number. Okay, so you have to write a function that will decide whether the two items in the list, if added, sums up to the given number. Okay, so like you got the question, right? So any two items in the list, if added, you should add up to that number which is given, which is also a input. Okay, so before I'll show you how to write that program. I have already created it, so I'll just run it and show you how to do that. Okay, so enter a number. So you will be given, you will be asked to you can accept a number and then a number of items, like for example 5. Okay, so you have to enter 5 numbers, and then you have to check, like out of those 5 numbers, if any two of them when added becomes 55. So you see, out of these 5 there are 23 and 32, which is 55. Also you have to, there is a constraint that no two elements in the list can be duplicate. Okay, so I can show you one more time. So enter a number, let's say anything like 44, enter a number of items 5, anything you can take. Okay, so like if, for example, in this list there are none in the items which adds up to 44. Okay, so this is like a simple function that you have to write. Okay, so let's try to write it. Okay, so I'll just before I start the actual program, I will introduce you to our channel. This is Linux, Unix, AIX. So please subscribe if you haven't. And this is I share tutorials for shell scripting, Unix, Python, cloud computing, etc. Okay, so let's start with the program. Okay, so I have written a couple of lines like enter any number. Okay, so I'm accepting a number, and then I'm accepting a list of items. So I have to first of all take the number of items that you want to accept. Okay, so let's say I have taken n, and then I have to go through the range, which is a for loop. Okay, so I am accepting the element. Okay, and then I am converting all the input, because I am dealing with integers, so I'm converting the input to integer. Okay, so this is my element. Okay, so now as I told you, like there is a constraint that you cannot accept the duplicate number. So at this moment I'll just ignore that fact, and I will just write a simple program which will be having as I told you, like I'll validate that thing later, to avoid the duplicate entries. Okay, so I'll just simply let's say I'll initialize the list, which is a blank list. So I'll keep on adding the items to the list. So now my list is ready. For example, if I print this list, print li, so let me check if it is working or not. Okay, so I'll just run it. Okay, so enter any number. Okay, like for example 56, enter number of items 3. So okay, now I'm getting some error. Yeah, so you have to append, so it takes some function, like it takes append means what do you want to append. So you have to supply a function in the element, like element method of the list. Okay, so I'll run it again. Okay, so enter any number 45, 54, anything, number of items 4. So now you have to supply 4 items. Okay, so now you see it is accepting 4 items and printing. So now it is fine. I am able to accept the input. Now my function is, I have to write a function that will do the calculation. So any two items adds up to the given number, correct? Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, so what I have to do is, I have to go through the list. So for I in range 0 to n, and then what I have to do is so n is nothing but the number of items in the list. Okay, so if you are ignoring the duplicate entries, you have to do different thing, because you have to, you know, what do you call, you have to ignore some of the items. So better I will take the length, let's say length equal to length dot what do you call, li, correct? So li, I'm just taking the length of the list, so I can do that also. So I'll just take that length. Okay, so what I have to do for that length, so I'll just take any first so there should be 2 items in the list, right? So first item, I call it as n1, and equal to li of I. So I is the element index, so I take one item from the list, and then I traverse through the list. If again I have to do for loop, so for j equal to, okay, what do you call, 0, and then j equal to for j in what do you call, 0 0 to n, okay, which is length, okay, anything. So here again what I have to do, if n1 plus n1 is my first item, which I have already chosen, and then the second item I have to take from the so length li list, which is a list, and then from that j, so I got the second item. So if n1 plus lij is equal to, what do you call, that number, so number is where it's stored in num, okay. So I have to do like this, num. So if I get that thing, you know, the first element and the second element, any second element, if added up becomes that number, what I have to do, I have to print it, right? Print, what do you call, so I can print n1, and then you can say I give a space here like and then the second item, which is I could store it in some what do you call, n2, but that's fine, like you can, that's something to optimization, like n2 equal to li j, okay. So and then if n1 equal to, yeah, this makes more sense, and you know, it makes it more readable. So n1 plus n2 equal to num, then I print n1 and n2, correct, right? And then I can exit from it here, like I got the 2 elements, that's what was the question, so I can exit from the code. And yeah, okay, else what I can do, I can continue, right? Like it will keep on checking, like, you know, it'll keep on checking other elements for the same requirement, okay. So this is my basic program. Okay, let me check. So yeah, so at the end, if I don't get anything, I'll say print no 2 elements in the list adds up to given number, correct? So number is num, so I can also say that num, okay, cool. So let me try to run it, you know, like where how far we are. Enter any number, let's say 34, enter number of items 4, so 12, 30, anything like, you know, 22, 33, 21, anything. So you see, I gave 12, 22, 33, 11, and 12 and 22 adds up to 34. So it works as expected. Let me try one more time. Enter any item, let's say this, enter number of items 5, so I just randomly enter anything. Okay, so you see, I enter, like it should accept only the integer. Let me try again. Number of items 4, something like that, anything, I just try. Okay, so you see, I gave 23, 12, 34, 23, so no 2 elements in the list adds up to given number 45. So this is what the question was. Okay, Now what you can do is, let me check if I can add that validation or not. So now my program length has become 10 minutes, so I can do that. Okay, so please watch that also. So now the question is that no two elements can be duplicate. Okay, so here I'm accepting everything, like I'm not checking that. Okay, so I will do that as well. Okay, so what I'm doing is, while accepting the input, okay, so if okay, so I have to check if what is accepted, and then if I am entering the same thing, it should say like, okay Baba, your what you are entering is duplicate. Okay, so how do I do that? Okay, so if so first of all I will check length of list, which is, if it is a empty list, so I can simply append it. If length of list equal to 0, I would say li dot append. So it doesn't make there is nothing to it's just first element, so you can directly add it. Okay, cool. Else what I can do is, okay, else what I will do is, I have to do a validation. Okay, what I have to do, okay, let me just comment it out first of all. Okay, so if now I am entering the second item, so I have to check, okay, if that second item is duplicate. Okay, so how do I do that? So if element is a new element equal to li, okay, so before that I have to traverse through the list for j equal to j in range 0 to what? To length of list, correct? So it could be anything, so I would just say length of list. So if what do you call, element which is a new element, second element, equal li of j, so already existing element, if it is matching, what I will do, I will say print I will say duplicate entry, correct, duplicate entry, and I will say what is the duplicate entry element. Okay, and then I can say what do you call, I can say break, like I can break out. Okay, so I can say breakout. Else what I will do, I will append it, correct? So I will append only when there is no duplicate entry, correct? And then it should happen only once, so I have to break here also, because if I don't do that, it will append like throughout the loop multiple time. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so this is how you are accepting the elements, correct? Okay, let me check this out. I am not sure, like so better to write the whole program. We can go step by step. So enter any number, 45, enter number of items 4. So I would just try to check if it is working, because my basic program has already worked, so I have to check if the duplicate entry, so it is saying duplicate entry 56, 78, 45. Okay, now how many numbers I had accepted? 5. Okay, so out of 5 it has ignored the duplicate entry, so now I have only 4. Okay, and you see none of them adds up to 45, so like it works, right? So it ignored the duplicate entry. Let me try again. Enter any number, let's say 67, number of items 4, let's say 23, 12, what do you call, 12. Okay, so I think I entered something invalid. Okay, let me try again. Enter any number, 56, number of items 5, 12, 34, 23, duplicate entry. So what is the number? So 56. So let me just guess it out and try enter deliberately. So you see okay, now we have a problem here, like 23 and 26, if added up 4, no, Okay, 5, no, that's correct. So it is giving you the right answer. Okay, let me try again. Enter any number. 70, 67, let's say 4, 20, 44, 23, 23. I would just say 34. How much I should add? I should add 3. Okay, you see it's working, right? So I entered 23 two times. Okay, so it's not validating. Why? 23. Okay, but it is giving you the right answer, but it is not validating 23. So let me check that out. Okay, so why it is not validating that? So 23 is duplicate, so I should not append that, correct? Okay, okay, so it's printing, actually it is printing, but it is not added to the list. Okay, so probably it is 34, and let me try again. Okay, enter any number. 67, number of items 4, 12, 12, 34. Yeah, so I think this in the last run it did not show. Okay, so let me try again. 67, right? So 3, 4. Okay, so you see 34 is taking 2 times. Not sure, let me check it out. So let me just check it out why it is. Okay, so I'll try it again. Like enter any number. So I'll just, it is printing the list, but it is not considering that for the question. Okay, so enter any number. For example, 56. Enter number of items for 4. So 23, 34, 22, 23. So duplicated 23. So it is ignored, actually 23 is ignored. So now it will check these 3, and it is not adding up to 56. Try again. Enter any number. Let's say 87. Number of items 4, 5, 34, 23, 25. Randomly I can enter anything. No items in the list adds up to 87. Okay, let me try a duplicate entry this time. 78. Number of items 4, 23, 23, 34. Okay, so yeah, so it is ignored. Okay, so but then it should say duplicate entry, correct? Why is not happening? Maybe 1 second. Okay, so what I have done is I have added an extra flag. So here I have defined a duplicate equal to 0 variable. Okay, so to avoid this conflict, I have added a flag, and then the moment I get a duplicate entry, I setting the flag to 1. So duplicate equal to 1, and then I'm exiting. So if there is a duplicate entry, I'm not accepting the input itself, and then it will keep on checking for the next item for any duplicate. If I found the duplicate, fine, I'll exit. If I don't find the duplicate, I'll keep on checking the range throughout the range in the list, and then if I don't find any duplicate, I'll append that item to the list. Okay, and that is the validation for my duplicate entry, and rest all is fine. I mean, we have already seen that. So I'll try to run it again, and let's say I'll enter any number of items. So I enter any duplicate, it will come out of the program. Okay, the moment it detects there is a duplicate entry, it will come out of the program, and otherwise it will keep on accepting the input. Okay, so you see at any position I'm entering the duplicate entry, it is not accepting it at all. Okay, so for example, let me try this time. So for example 4, 4. So you see it is accepting the values and giving you the items which adds up to the given number, which is 67. So that's all I wanted to show in this tutorial. You can run it any time, any number of time. It will give you the correct result. Okay, so I just randomly I'll enter. So any moment it is detecting a duplicate entry, it is coming out of the program. Okay, so let me just at any time, so like that. So I'll come back with another program, another assignment, and if you have any assignment, please let me know. And yeah, if you like this program, share with your friends. And so I was just looking for a way, so I did not find a simple way to sort out. They are giving you collection and imports, so I didn't want to use the imports. So yeah, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.